everyone. Happy Sunday. Good afternoon. Popping on as promised to work with the Enjoy the Journey suite. So for those of you who follow my page, you may or may not know that the group of demonstrators that I regularly run stamp camps with, every catalog, this is our mega stamp camp coming up the first weekend of February. So registration is closing this week, Wednesday, the 18th. So if you want to be a part of this, 12 projects, 12 videos, PDF, prizes, you just need to purchase the suite. If you purchase the suite, from me, you're in and you will get all the making takes. If you already own the suite, then there's the second option. And if you are not in Canada and you're in the US and you want to take part, there's a PDF option. But time is running out. So I just wanted to hop on here and do some creating. Having said that, we know, and even for myself, when I am creating with this, I love it. I love the images here. I like the greeting, the sentiments. The DSP is amazing. It comes with this twine, and then there are also some stickers, but there is not a happy birthday. And for some people, that's what they like to make. They like to make happy birthday cards and thank you cards. So I'm going to show you a way to sort of get around that. So just to let you know that even if when you look at this, you see something that maybe doesn't appeal to you, maybe we just need to sort of look outside the box. So here are the icons, the sticker icons. And then of course the dies. Oh. And I think the dies also are not sort of your standard dies, but it doesn't mean that they can't still be fabulous or fabulous on their own. If you are an outdoorsy person, then for sure these dies would appeal to you. This guy creates a mountain. You've got your runner, your hiker, your cyclist, clouds, the camping. This is some trees. We're going to use the flowers. You got the moon, you got a little walking stick, and this is some more just like foliage, greenery. Anyway, we're going to play around with this. So I saw a layout similar to this come across my Pinterest with Stampin' with Heidi, and I thought, you know what, this will be a perfect way to showcase this. So I've already prepped a Melon Mambo card base, just our standard 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So that is our card base. This is one of the pieces of DSP, and I wanted to use this geometric pattern, and so I've already cut this. This is cut at 5 1/4 by 2 3/4. And we're gonna lay that up on the top. Now, to make this, to sort of draw in the birthday, we're just gonna draw in some additional products. So Stamp Camp is going to feature exclusively the suite. That's all we're working with. We aren't drawing in other products except for other dies or embossing folders. But that doesn't mean you can't do it in your own crafting if you were to purchase these products. So I have drawn in this embossing folder. Sorry, I'm just pulling it out. It's the Let's Celebrate embossing folder. So this guy works in your mini cut and emboss. And there's a thank you and then a happy birthday. So I just happen to have a scrap of Mango Melody. I don't even know how big it is because I just grabbed it and it was perfect. So it is 3 3/4 and it is, you know, roughly 3, and then it actually happened to be ripped. So I must have torn it, and I kind of liked that. So I ran that through the embossing folder, and then I have just taken another scrap of Mango Melody, and I've cut that a little bit bigger to go around it. And we might still tear that. I'm just not sure I'm gonna be able to get that same edge. So right now we're gonna leave that. So this is what I'm thinking. So we're going to have this on the top. We are going to put this here. We are going to use some of our pumpkin pie twine. I'm going to show you a neat trick with the twine actually too that I saw somebody else's post. We're just going to unravel it and it looks kind of cool. I did it yesterday in a carrot card I was making. We're gonna put some of this twine, and then we are also going to create a birthday stamp, and we are going to stamp these little guys, and then we're not gonna use them all. We're gonna fussy cut some of them. So I'm gonna stamp them on here because I know I don't want them all. So it's gonna be okay. So we're going to stamp in Memento so that we can use our blends. I'm gonna get as much of this on here as I can. Okay. Then we're gonna do a quick color with our blends. So because our card scheme is pink, we know that I'm gonna use those types of colors. Feminine colors, for lack of a better word. That's not really... So in the DSP, we have Coastal Cabana Garden Green, Highland Heather, Mango Melody, Melon Mamba, Polished Pink, Pumpkin Pie, and Starry Sky. So I'm going to bring in some Highland Heather. I'm going to bring in Polished Pink, Papaya, always my color lifter. I also might bring in some of this guy. I'm just gonna bring in like some really bright colors here, and we're going to have some fun. So we're just gonna quickly color. So I'm going to take my my light evening evergreen. Hello, Casey. Ugh. And just add some detailing here. That one's gonna get cut off, so there's really no point in me coloring that. Okay. And then I am actually going to see how dark this is, or how bright it is. So that is the dark parakeet. That's the light. And that is the dark. Okay, I'm gonna use the light. So when we want to blend, we actually have to put quite a bit of pigment down to get the markers to blend. So that's what I'm doing here. And then just gonna do that. And then we're gonna cut this out, and then we're gonna fussy cut a little bit. So we're gonna use the dies because it's gonna at least make the work make less work of it for us. And then I'm trying to figure out where the flower is in this guy. I might quickly take a look in our catalog because there's one in here colored, so it'll give me an idea. I've flagged all the pages of the things that I actually own. There we go. So, oh, they did that purple, okay. That's kind of like a lily. Okay, so that's just all one color. All right, we can work with that. So let's do that, and then take our light one. Oh no, that's polished pink. Do not take that. Well, that might look interesting actually. have been busy. I was trying to create with Celebration, and then it kind of dawned on me, well, if you don't actually see some of the other products that you would buy to earn the Celebration, then what does it matter? So switching on gears here. So this is the stamp camp. I also have another class to go coming up, and that's with the Best Day stamp set. And then I've got a private Stamp-a-Stack coming up for birthday cards. So lots of things going on. I'm just going to make that a bit darker. So that's the other thing with blends, right? The more you add, the darker it will be. Okay, so we've got that. And then this is our, you know what, I'm going to actually do this in our papaya. An order coming on Monday, so I better find my desk. Yep, that can be a problem. I'm trying to make sure that when I finish for the day, which doesn't always happen, but I try to put as many things away as I can, unless I'm like in the middle of a project. But if I have finished something, so if I've come down here and finished something, or I've been doing a live, I try to put things away. So I put the stamps away, I put the dimensionals away, I put my adhesives away, I make sure things are clean, and that there is now space to create the next thing. If I'm in the middle of a project, then that's trickier. And that's what's been happening. I've been sort of in the middle of things. And so then you kind of want to leave it out because you're not finished, right? But we do what we can, so we can work with the space we got. Okay, and I'm just gonna blend that a little bit. So I'm just using the lights. I use a combination of the lights, the darks. I go over, oh, I'm a messy crafter too. I actually think this is really pretty together, this polished pink and this pale papaya. Once I know, so these colors are gonna retire, right? They were the in colors that are only going to last till 2023. So then I try to use them a lot because I would rather use up my products myself than have them to sell when they retire. So I'm always excited when there's some new product or DSP that uses those colors, because then I can keep using them as well. All right, so we're gonna do some more, we're gonna do a bit of combo of purple and pink in here. I like these bright colored leaves though, so we're gonna do more of this. I'm not really sure on here. I'm trying to decide what is actually a leaf and what is a flower. And I guess really it's entirely up to you, right? It's only my need to have it be realistic that kind of makes it be tricky. I'm gonna pop a tiny bit of blue in here because I think that would be fun. Hey, Alex, how are you? Did you want to pop in to see if this might be something that's of interest to you to be a part of Stamp Camp? So far I have new people. I don't have anyone returning from previous Stamp Camps. Which, you know, we can't do them all, I understand that. And we try to vary what we offer to appeal to multiple audiences. So I also understand that it doesn't always work. what we're doing doesn't always interest everyone. But that's why I thought I would come on, take a couple minutes, and just showcase that there is more than meets the eye with this bundle. Okay, so we've done that, and I'm going to do some more purple. These feel to me like they would be like desert flowers, but I don't really know. I'm just winging it. Sometimes I want it to be realistic. Other times with flowers, I think it doesn't necessarily matter. But, you know, correct me if I'm wrong. I was working with, so I was showcasing the carrots, and I've showcased the dainty flowers DSP already. So last night I was playing with the other flower DSP. The name escapes me at the moment, but I'll take a look. The Favored Flowers. And it's actually really stunning. It's big and bold, so I think that initially kind of threw me off. But I have created a couple of things that I will feature later this week. And you'll see that it might be one you actually have overlooked and want to pick. Especially if you are ordering enough that you can order a couple of times. Okay. Oh, we haven't colored this guy. All right, so now we are going to run this through. I think we could actually use the mini. So I'm gonna cut that piece off so that's out of our way. Get out the mini. Get out our plates. Line this up. So you got to make sure you look at all your images to get it lined up. And then I am going to use some washi. To hold that where we want it. Okay. Run this through. Put my washi back. This guy goes on my mount for my phone and iPad. I've got washi on my lamp. I've got it everywhere. Okay, these are little scraps that can still be used in my world. And now, let's bring this guy back in. And so my plan was to kind of cluster these together. So that's why I am going to further cut them apart. So I'm just going to come in here. Trying to keep sort of the same amount of white as there already is. So cut that guy off, come down here, cut here. Cut here, and then I'm going to kind of go in here a little bit. We went out for dinner last night, which we often do on Saturdays before we settle in for movie night, and I was fussy cutting because I often take something with me to do while we're sitting waiting for our order. And the server was like, "Oh wow, what are you doing there?" And I said, "Oh, I'm cutting this out of this paper. I make cards." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing. You did such a good job." I was like, "Oh, thanks." Yeah, fussy cutting. It's an art. You're picturing me, yeah. Oh, I've done all sorts of things that, you know what I should have taken, because that's my other favorite thing to do, is I will take, if I'm prepping for a class, I cut all my card bases, and then I take my scoreboard and I score, because cutting's too noisy at a table, right? You don't want to disrupt other people, but I will score cardstock while we are waiting. Why not? Like, you're just sitting there anyway. You can still carry on a conversation. So it's funny though, because my family will laugh at me because there are certain restaurants that we always seem to just have the bad luck of getting the same table, and they have terrible lighting. So then when I'm going and I want good lighting, I'll just be like, "Oh my God, could we have sat anywhere else?" And of course. But when you need to bring out your phone because you can't read the menu, I mean, that is not good lighting. Okay, let's get some stuff going on. So let's put this on here. Stamp it up. That's so. We saw this lady at Onstage, and she did this on the back of everything, and now I can't help it. I do it too, and I say it out loud, and I think of her, and it makes me smile. She was hilarious. So we got that, and we have this. I know it's hard, so if you've seen this DSP, you know that it's gorgeous. There's like stunning, this is like a big, like stunning mountain sky kind of piece. But you can't be afraid to cut it, because if you know you're not gonna make like 12 or 24 cards using that pattern, then you gotta use the other side, right? You just gotta. So we can do one of two things. We need to find the end of this twine. So we can either tie the twine here, or we can tie it around here. So we're gonna play around with that for a second. But I'm gonna show you how we are going to create what I think will be we can turn into like a birthday type greeting. So I haven't used this guy, so I got the tip when you haven't used a stamp yet, to wipe it with your chamois. So we're gonna do that. And then we're going to get this scrap of white and see if it's going to actually be big enough for what I have in mind. So yes, I think it will be. Let's see. Okay, so I want us to take something great. So let's do this in mango. So we're going to have to use our marker, or not mango, melon, mamba. Okay, so I'm going to color this with my marker because I just want this something great part of this stamp. when you use your markers, you have to huff to sort of just bring some re-wet the ink. So we've got that. And then on here, and I'm gonna do it in, you know what, I'm just gonna do it in black. I'm going to do wishing you. So see, wishing you something great. So these words are tiny, so I'm gonna have to just be a little more careful. So wishing you and then I'm gonna line it up. So there we go. We have wishing you something great. Now, in hindsight, I'm wishing I had centered that more. But this is what we got going on. So we're gonna make this work. So I'm trying to think. Could we do it? We could do it in this oval. That's a possibility. What else have we got? We've got this one. Although we can't fit that in. I'm sure I have a die that would fit, but okay. I like the idea of this one, I think. So we're gonna get out our Post-it note. Because I need to be able to feed this in where I want it. So, oh, all of a sudden I have volume. That's weird. That actually looks really, really good in that punch. I'm gonna peel the back of that off. Only because it's fluorescent pink. But do you see how that works? So if you don't know that tip, that's a good one. And this, I can't remember what this punch is called. Everyday label, maybe? All right, friends. So we've got our cute little greeting. It says, you know, it's got happy birthday on here. So if we kind of put this down here, and then I was kind of thinking we would just layer our flowers. Is sort of what I was envisioning. So we kind of put this guy here, and then I kind of want this right underneath the happy birthday. I'm trying to kind of draw your attention to that. Okay. Yes, so I like that. What I normally do when I like something is I take a picture of it. But I can't take a picture of something when we're doing this together, can I? So I am going to get creative here. I'm going to put some glue on this guy because we're covering it. And put that guy down. And then I know I want that one there, so I'm going to put some glue on the top of it. I don't know if other people do this. But once I've kind of put something together and I like how it looks, I want it to be exactly like that, right? So then for me to take it all apart and have to build it again, it's not going to be the same. So we've got that like that. There you go. Okay. This is going to have dimensionals. And now we have to decide where our twine is going to go. So that's going to go like that. And then I think, I don't know now actually if it needs the twine, but let's kind of see what that looks like. I feel like the twine's gonna have to go there. Okay, so I'm gonna pull all that off. And now I actually kind of feel like we just want like a row, like just a line of the twine, but not actually a bow or anything. So this is going to be a little bit trickier. So we're going to use, I'm going to use my fine tip glue pen. Hello, Judy. So I'm just going to run my fine tip glue down the edge of the DSP here. I don't use this nearly as much as I should. This fine tip glue is amazing. It's definitely worth owning, but you have to put the lid back on because otherwise it dries and then you can't get it open again. Okay. And now I'm just going to place the twine there. And because we're going to build on top of it, it's going to be okay. That's what I'm going with, folks. Where's the lid for this? Here it is. Okay. So this is going to go here. Then this is going to go here. And this is going to go there. So we might actually put all of this on dimensionals. You don't have to. I feel like it would be okay with that twine there, but I am going to. Okay, I actually really like how this turned out. So I'm hoping you guys do as well. So we're gonna kind of throw that guy right there. Let's get our ribbon scissors and just cut this twine off so it's not distracting. Thank you, Alex. And then we're going to put this on dimensionals as well. So I'm going to do one up there and one down below. And it's just going to go on there like that. And I'm going to put a mini over here. A couple minis maybe. And then I'm going to actually, if I can, move this over a bit. These dimensionals I find, which is great, they're really sticky because we don't want them coming off, but they're almost so sticky you can't actually move them if you misplace where you put them. Okay, then bring this guy in here, comme ça. And then this, oh my gosh, you guys, I think this is so pretty. What do you think? Do you think we did it? Do you think we creatively used this stamp set, all we did was add one embossing folder that is not part of the suite, and we made a birthday card. Well, when we used a punch. But like, hello, how great is that? I would probably put some bling on there. And, you know, there is no bling in this suite, so that would be the other thing you would be adding. But I mean, I think we all like to add bling to cards. The other thing you could do, and I would do it if I knew where mine is, you could wink of Stella on these flowers. But let's just go with, you know, standard old rhinestones. Or maybe we'll use these ones. These are the champagne. But you could use any color of rhinestones. So, you know, shameless plug, of course, but I made this card trying to attract attention for the stamp camp, right? The Mega Stamp Camp. So if you have done my stamp camps before, you know that you will not be disappointed. You're gonna come out of that weekend with amazing projects. You are going to have had a good time. You've got those videos for life. So even if you know, you're going to learn techniques, you're going to have, you know, designs you can use for other types of cards, other products. So that's what I love about the stamp camps, because I mean, sure, I design my 2 cards, but I get to see what everyone else designs, and then I learn new things, like a new fun fold, or like, you know, whatever it might be every time. So it's awesome. I know the last camp we did, no, not the Christmas camp, the camp before that, like I learned a fun fold I would have never probably tried before had someone not done it. And it was great. I don't know if I'm loving it. This is how I always end these videos. I feel like we end on a strong note, and then I play around with the embellishments, and then I never end up liking it, or it takes too long, and you guys are like, oh my God, is she done yet? So I think it could use some bling, but I'm not sold on where the bling's gonna go. So I'm gonna play with that, and then when I post the picture, it will have the bling. Okay. On the greeting. Yeah, I did think about that. You think it should go in there? I did wonder. Okay, I'll take a quick look. Hello, Marika. How are you? I'm hilarious. Well, I aim to be a lot of things. Hilarity could be one of them. Yeah, we could do that. And then, let's see. Are you breastfeeding? Marika just had a baby. So I feel like, you know, watching people make cards would be a great thing to do when you are, you know, sitting, can't do anything else. I can't remember what I used to do. I think I used to like play, I don't know, what's that game? Mahjong is what I used to do. Okay, get that ugly thing out of there. All right, there we go. So I'm gonna leave those there for now. I'm not sure I love them, but I just wanted to share that with you, okay? So I have a couple of other ideas. I haven't made them, but I'm gonna quickly show you so you can see what my other thoughts are. So the other die is this one. So the congratulations. So I wanna do a similar thing. Hello, Tracy. I wanna use this paper, and I wanna use this pattern, this part of it up top, and then I'm gonna add this die to it. And then we're gonna use this entire stamp. This moment is the start of something great, to have it be a congratulation card. And then I haven't decided which of the dies from the set I will use. But another way to just do something with this set that uses items you already have. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, if I just buy this suite, look at what you can create. You can create beautiful things that are slightly different than maybe what you're seeing in the catalog. So I want, if you are considering being a part of Stamp Camp, please look at the things I've created. Google the other demos that are on the ad, look at the items that they've created, look on the catalog, look on Pinterest, and see that there's so much you can do with this suite, and you will not regret signing up. I'll put the link at the bottom of this video, and yeah, that's it. That's all for now. Have a great Sunday.